Hello friends, this is Scott, and this is a reminder of what the Hobby Farm kitchen looked like when I first purchased the home back in June of this year. As you can see, there's lots of stuff, and then with all the stuff, it's hard to see the paint colors, but you can see there's lots of stuff, lots of holes to be patched potentially, and as we look down the hall, it's a little hard to see with all the plants hanging down, but there's paint needed everywhere. Lots of touch-ups, lots of repairs. So last weekend, I decided to get going on the painting. The weather's getting colder outside, and here I taped the edges of the cabinets, and you can see even a little bit of white paint. You can kind of see the contrast now of what the old paint color looked like, and it's a very yellowish beige kind of color, and there's lots of stains on the ceiling. So I don't have primer, so I'm just going to have to use a couple coats of paint, hopefully to cover up all these stains. But here's the progress I made. As you can see, there's a little bit more paint on the ceiling, and you can see the different color variations. So it's amazing what a little paint can do to brighten up a room. I need to change lighting in here. There's just definitely not enough light. Now this is in the dining area with the vaulted ceilings, and you can definitely see a contrast to the paint colors there, and that's just one coat, as you see above on the wall there. So after I did the ceiling, as you can see, it looks a lot better. There's the old color. That really looks crappy. But a couple of coats of paint, and the ceiling looks pretty good. I've got a few touch-ups to do, but then I decided to tackle the walls because I was going to leave the kitchen last in this project, but I thought, you know what, I might as well do it first so that I have a comfortable place to be. So here's what it looks like after I got the walls and the ceiling painted and cleaned up. So it didn't turn out too shabby. Now I want to change the cabinet colors, but until I do the flooring, I'm not sure what I'm going to do the cabinet colors yet. So I'll leave that for a future project. But the place looks a lot better, at least the kitchen. But you can see when I'm going to start next trip down. Lots more to do. But feels good to get a good start. And I'm going to enjoy the kitchen being in somewhat working order. See my great food supply, so I'm not going to starve to death down here, it doesn't look like. And I have a pot of coffee, so I should be okay. We'll get new light covers or plug covers and all that kind of good stuff here after I'm done, but looks pretty good. Now here's the hallway. And we couldn't see with all the plants draped down, but I managed to get the ceiling painted. And I still have to sand the walls, and I haven't tackled that yet, but maybe next time. You see I've got a little green UFO flying here in my camera. But I made it down the hall. I've missed a few spots, but hopefully I'll figure out what these little blue dots are as next time I'm down here. But anyway, it's always modern technology, but it looks a little better. And I also tackled the outside door. Now I didn't have a good picture of the outside door, but it was kind of a blue and it was peeling paint. So I went with a billiard green. And the weather got a little bit nicer, so I was able to get out. And it was probably the last nice day before really cold temperatures. But what do you think of that color? I was looking for a hunter green, and billiard green was as close as I could get. So I think it turned out pretty good. And I didn't patch all the holes that were there. I just wanted to get the wood covered so that it wouldn't rot anymore during the winter. But it definitely, a little bit of a bright paint color adds a lot to the home. As I was driving away, I really noticed the difference of how this door looks, even just a little bit of paint. So we're making progress. I had an interesting encounter with Mr. Lincoln and Theo. As you can see, Theo's a pretty brave cat. Yeah, it's a good sized tomcat, so Lincoln probably is about the same size or maybe just a little bit bigger. But Theo wants to get petted, but Mr. Lincoln is just holding his ground, and he doesn't quite know what to do. He's looking for a sign of weakness from the cat, and the cat's not giving him any, but he's waiting. He's looking for one, and he just wants to chase his cat. He's doing everything he can. I'm talking to him a little bit to say, hey, leave Theo alone, and he's just looking. But I'm proud of him. He seemed to be doing good, and Theo was so relaxed, he decided to lay down and challenge Mr. Lincoln and just say, hey, bud, I'm not afraid of you. I'm just going to kick it here. Well, they stood there and stared at each other for a little while. But then there was a sign of weakness, and Lincoln couldn't control himself, and Theo hopped the fence, and they sat there and stared at each other, and Theo knew he was safe behind the fence, and so he's just kind of telling Mr. Lincoln, what are you going to do now, buddy? So anyway, they're getting to be more friends. It's going to take some time. He's had interactions with both Thing and Theo, and I think they'll be able to tolerate each other. The cats are somewhat used to dogs from the previous owners. So, well, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Thank you.